What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video, and we're jumping back into doing the truck stuff. I actually had an intro to this video filmed a long time ago. I have no idea what happened to it. I lost some files on the GoPro somehow, and I guess things happen. So I'm going to kind of catch you all up on what's going on with this exhaust and what leads up to the point of the next clip that you're gonna see. So basically, 25-year-old truck, obviously everything underneath, the bolts are pretty rusty, they're hard to get off, and it just causes kind of a hard time and usually causes a little bit of a dilemma trying to get things out. Most of the time you've got to cut the bolts off. And basically what I was getting to before this point in the video was I was messing with this portion of the exhaust right here. We've already got it off. You'll see this later in the video, but I was messing with this and trying to get this part off where it mounts to the rest of the exhaust out the back of the truck. And these bolts are actually pressed in. They're not just regular bolts. You just don't unbolt them. I sprayed them down with PB Blaster, for a few days in a row to try to prep them for, trying to break them loose and get them off. I used an impact, I used a breaker bar, I used plenty of force, plenty of leverage, and nothing was breaking these things free. So yeah, you'll see later in the video why it's like this and what we had to do to get it off, but basically that kind of catches it all up until this point now. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and say, if you're new here, please go down below and feel free to hit that subscribe button for me. Throw a like on this video, toss a comment down below if you want to. It helps the algorithm out and everything, and I definitely would appreciate it. And let's go ahead and continue on with the rest of the video. Okay, I think for right now, I'm pretty much, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this exhaust. I've tried to, I've soaked and soaked and soaked these nuts in PB Blaster. I've tried heating them up, they won't come off. Leverage, not gonna move. So I tried to use a cutoff wheel and cut off the nuts, and I believe that I've just made it into a bigger mess than it was before. So this part of this whole thing is just kind of kicking my butt right now, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it, honestly. Because check this out, I've got up under here just a whole mess, man. Like, I don't even know if we could see it from here, but I've got it kind of ground down, and I tried to cut off that nut, and tried to cut off just that bolt or that stud, and yeah, that's not working out with me. So I don't know. This is what happens when you try to work on, nuts that have been on for 24 years and they're not coming off. So I don't know if I need to get some kind of a high-powered propane blowtorch and just see if I can get them hot enough to where they could just, I don't know, basically melt off or what. But the biggest deal is I'm trying to save the back part of that, that connection. I don't know, it's not really a flange, I guess it's just the backing plate. I'm trying to save that because I have to bolt the new Y pipe right here. I have to bolt that onto the existing connection, and if I don't have that, then I'm pretty much kind of screwed. All right, I'm back at it, and man, I tell you what, it takes forever for me to make some of these videos sometimes because of work. Just like one weekend we make a couple of clips, and the next weekend we make a couple of clips, and it's just like, man. But anyway, currently fighting with this little plate right here. I can't get those bolts to budge at all. So I think what I'm going to do is just going to cut out one of these cats. I just really want to see what it looks like inside. I just want to see how, I guess, bad it is, and since this whole pipe's going to be replaced anyway, might as well just go ahead and, when in doubt, cut her out. Alrighty, there's that part. Should have worn some safety glasses. I mean, I was definitely wearing some safety glasses. This is a stock cat, so yeah, it should be pretty nice in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the backside cut off. Only the highest quality Harbor Freight sawzall, Harbor Freight blades. That's what we do around here. You know what? Hey, it works. It works. Unless you really bend the crap out of your blades. And there she be. And that, guys, is removing, for off-road purposes only, removing your catalytic converters. And probably tearing the crap out of your powder coat. Whatever. Let's see what this bad boy looks like here. Well, I don't know, can't see. You know, it really doesn't look that bad, to be honest. You can still see some light through there. Let me get a flashlight. Excuse my mess. Really doesn't look too terribly clogged up, I'm gonna be honest. It's really not near as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I figured it would be completely blackened in there. I don't know, you could see some pieces that are loose. And that's probably not good. It's probably causing a huge issue with flow because, man, these inside of these cats are really restricted. I mean, that's, the baffling's pretty thick, so I don't know. You know, the rest of it's just pretty simple, straightforward. You slide it off and put the new one on, and yeah, it's good to go. Actually, you know what? Hold on just a second. We've got one. We've got 2 up here and then 3 over here. We might actually have an issue. So that's the front. That goes up on the front header. That goes down. And then we've got that, which I don't know if you could use. It's like this is adding like an extra O2 sensor that we don't have. So we might be okay. Now, one of my main concerns is going to be this piece of pipe right here. This is supposed to go like the location that goes through your front drive shaft onto the driver's side of the truck. But the front drive shaft usually gets in the way of exhaust, and this is bent pretty straight, so I don't know if that's going to work. We might have to make this thing a 2-wheel drive and just completely remove that front exhaust for the moment until we can get something figured out with that piece of pipe. I don't know yet. Another option would be just to cut the existing pipe where the front drive shaft is and clamp it onto this new little portion, but I would really prefer to have all my new piping there, so I don't know, we'll see when we get there. All right, guys, before we get any further in today's video, I want to let you know 2 things, actually a couple of things probably. Number one, there's been quite a delay between the last clip and then this next clip that you're gonna see, and even the clip that you're watching right now. Number 2 is, I kind of wanted to explain why I've been behind on doing videos, why it's been, you know, so long in between uploads, and really what's been going on. If you don't follow me on social media, if you don't follow me on Snapchat or Facebook, or even watch the YouTube stories here, and I think I updated on my Instagram. I tried to update everything. Basically what happened was last week, Wednesday the 2nd, so literally the beginning of June. What happened was I went to work and I was feeling some pains in the chest, and that Tuesday, you know, everything was normal afterwards. They went away, I was fine, you know, I didn't really worry about it too much until the next morning. So that was Tuesday. So Wednesday, which would have been the 2nd, went back to work again. The pains got increasingly worse and a lot more noticeable. And so basically I went to the ER. I noticed I had pain in my left arm, which is never a good sign. If you know anything about heart stuff, pain in the left arm usually isn't anything good. So we decided to go to the ER, get myself checked out. Spent the entire day in the hospital having tests done, having a stress test done, all the EKGs, everything that we need. And you know, later on that evening, they determined that I needed to stay overnight because they saw something abnormal in my heart. So just letting this be known, I'm 28 years old, okay? 28 years old, I'm also type 1 diabetic. So being 28, you wouldn't think that there's gonna be anything like this that's wrong, right? I mean, I would never imagine that something was wrong in my heart at all. But anyway, the next day I had to go in for an angiogram, and that's when they actually take a little wire, they stick it either in your groin area or in your wrist. I don't know if you could see that hole right there. That's where they went in. They had to go in and kind of explore and see what they're gonna do. Turns out that I had a 99% blockage in one of my main arteries in my heart, and you know, they got that repaired. They put a stent in. Everything's all good now. Just kind of throwing this out there to everybody that watches this video. Do not ignore the warning signs your body gives you. Your body gives you pains for a reason. Had I ignored that pain, the doctor said that I would have suffered a severe heart attack, which would have led to even, you know, worse things down the road. So feeling much better. We're back on the road, back on track. Thanks a lot, and let's go ahead and continue on with the rest of the video. This thing has really kind of been a major pain in the rear. I've got a lot of stuff going on in here that I need to get cleaned up and taken care of and reorganized. We just need to go ahead and get the old one on, which is going to require some effort, and yeah, we got to do that. I'll update you guys after we get that finished, because basically, as you've seen before, to get those flanges unbolted, and the bolts are being really stubborn. I'll update you once we get further along. All right, making some progress. Thank you to my dad and my brother. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I appreciate all of the help as usual. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about the truck. So here it is. I've not shown it on the channel other than the couple of videos I made on it. But no, here it is. It's in good shape. He actually just put some air shocks, adjustable air shocks on the rear, so that way it makes it ride a little bit better. Major question is the headlight housings. They're holding up nicely. The signals do get moisture, you know, every once in a while, but there's the 07 Classic. And for those of you who say they did not make this style in 07, just Google 07 Classic, it does exist. They were able to help me get the exhaust off of the truck, so the truck's just bare headers right now. And this is one of the cats, and of course the other cat is right over there, and this is the replacement. Definitely been a long time coming. How about we see how it sounds open headers?
Okay.
Gotta find my keys though.
Cold start!
Terrible. Check that oil pressure. I haven't started this thing up in a couple of months, so we're gonna let it idle. Bad. All right, it's been quite a day, definitely several hours process of getting this thing done, but I could finally say it is done. And without the help of my dad and brother, probably wouldn't have got done, because he's got tools that I don't have, and you know, you guys know how that goes. We ended up using an air impact, an air chisel, air hammer, stuff like that. But the truck is now officially catless, so there's no more cats on it. The white pipe, everything was from Jags. Not 100% fitment. There was a little bit of tweaking that had to be involved, but it's on there. Obviously, since it was kind of made for stock vehicles, I am going to have to get it modified for the front drive shaft. So as of right now, we are Bluetoothing the front drive shaft, but we've got it up under here, and it looks pretty good. So here we've got all, if I can see it, brand new piping right there, brand new piping right through there, and up to the headers. So we've got headers, and we've got no cats all the way back, and that also switched it to, I think it's either 2.5 or 3-inch piping. I don't really remember, but it's definitely bigger. Oh, let's go ahead and fire it up, and I'll show you guys how it sounds. I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't sound half bad. a lot crisper of a sound. It's definitely not as restricted sounding from those old cats. It's not terribly loud, but it's got a good tone. It really does. And a lot of people were saying, you know, it's gonna smell horrible taking off the cats because it doesn't filter or whatever like it's supposed to, and honestly it doesn't smell any different. In fact, it might smell just a little bit better because I know that those cats were getting ready to go bad. Maiden voyage with the new setup on the exhaust. It has been such a long time since this truck's been outside. It's not even funny. Definitely gonna need ball joints before the show next month. There's a show in Joplin next month. It's, I think it's like Monster Mayhem, Mother Road Mayhem, I think is what it's called. I'll link it down in the description. But we're back, baby. We are back in the truck game, back in the OBS scene for real. I know you guys are gonna be excited to see it back on the channel, that's for sure. Woo! Oh, it is so much louder. Got that new exhaust smell. So windows up, still a little loud. It's not horrible. I don't think the Karens are going to be too happy about it though, that's for sure. So I'm glad I don't live in a HOA neighborhood or, you know, somebody, you know, a neighborhood that has strict rules and stuff like that, because wouldn't be very good. All right, not quite sure what happened with the GoPro. For whatever reason, it died or overheated, or the battery ran out. I'm not quite sure, honestly, but it wouldn't work for me anymore. So I didn't get a chance to get any flyby exhaust clips. I was trying to look for a Road to do it on. Can't really find anything around here as of right now, so I'm going to try again probably tomorrow. Otherwise, I am pretty happy with the results, pretty happy with the sound. That wraps it up for today's video. Thank you guys for sticking around on the channel through all the rest of the videos and through the downtime of the truck. But I cannot wait to do more on it. I hope to see some of you guys at the show in Joplin in July. I'm going to post that information down below in the description as well, so be sure to take a look at that, check that out, and comment down below if you're going to hit that show. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope it helped you out. If you want to delete the cats on your, I want to say 96 to 98, because I don't know how the setup is on the older trucks, K1500s, I think it works on the Tahoes, works on the Suburbans, and all that. So hit up Jegs for the parts, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button on the way out, and take care.